So, how do I know how to minister to each person?
Hello guys, welcome to this channel. Again, this is Love Word Extra. Now, this is a question and answer segment from the highly esteemed Pastor Chris. This clip is a clip that you should watch before the healing stream. Kindly pay attention and get blessed.
I see you ministering healing school. I've noticed that you operate differently on different case. I believe after you've read a certain case, but I see some people you would use the finger and you just say out. Some you would ask them to breathe, to breathe out, breathe in and breathe out. Some you would take time with them. You would do differently, all right? And from time to time, I've always wondered, what should I be in the same situation? What goes through your mind, and how do you go about it, Pastor? Because I don't find any teaching specifically about that. There's surely something that you depend on to do that, Pastor.
All right, thank you very much. Now, if I understood your question very well, you want to know, how do I come about how to minister to a particular person that I'm ministering to from the different ways that I might minister to different people, right?
Yes, Pastor.
If you read the Bible, you would notice Jesus ministered to different people in different ways. To one, he said, stretch forth your hand. Didn't even touch him. To another, he said, receive your sight. Then he touched him. To another, he laid his hands. To another, he spat on the ground, made clay of the spittle, and rubbed into the man's eyes, and said, go and wash in the pool of Siloam. So different ways that he ministered to different people. But you know, in those stories, we were given isolated cases. All right? Which means you didn't see several different cases spoken of individually with Jesus. When there were many, we were simply told that he healed many. It was generalized. But when you come to the healing school, you have the opportunity to actually see different cases. All right? So, how do I know how to minister to each person? I don't know that I know. Yes, that's the truth. I don't know that I know. But what happens to me is, when I come into the healing school like that, and I'm going to be ministering to people, I see the vision. See, most of the time, I see what I'm going to do, either before I get to the person or right there where I'm standing. I just suddenly know what I'm going to do, what I should do. Just instantly. It's sort of a quick vision. I can't explain it. You know, I just sit, and sometimes I'm moving just as I'm seeing it. So, if I were to give the best explanation to that, I would say, when ministering through the gifts of the Spirit, because at the healing school, I mostly minister through the gifts of the Spirit. All right? So there's a difference. So when ministering through the gifts of the Spirit, you have to be in the Spirit. See? So that's when you can minister through the gifts. It's different from if I'm ministering through the word of faith. because I can preach a message of faith and act on that faith together with the one who needs healing. And through our mutual faith, I can minister to you on the basis of that faith. So that's a very different kind. But I hardly do that in the healing school. See, so I mostly minister to the gifts of the Spirit in the healing school. So and in that it's like asking me, how do I go about if I began to prophesy to each person here, how do I know what prophecy I'm going to give him? I'm not going to know. You see, I'm not going to know until I'm in the Spirit and I pick those words in the Spirit. You see, and then I speak prophetically to them through the Spirit. That'll be different from if I were speaking to them the word of faith. Do you get it? I'm not going to know. I know the word and I'm speaking to them the word of faith. But in spite of all of that, the truth of the matter is, you will always need faith for everything that you do with God. So even when you're ministering in the Spirit, it takes your faith in God, in His Word, in who He is, in the Holy Spirit, to minister in the Spirit, to even be awakened and alert in the Spirit. So the best thing is be filled with the Spirit.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.